Hello, hello. Welcome to A Wholesome Disciplines Tuesday night. No, what is today? Wednesday night intermediate Pilates class. I'm recording this for my YouTube channel. And so if you should have missed this on my Zoom, this is clearly a Zoom class. You can always watch it on A Wholesome Discipline on YouTube. You need a thick mat. For this one, it should be about 45 minutes long. I think that's all I want to say. Let's get started. I'm going to mute my best friend. She's joining me tonight. Hi, Lisa. Bye, Lisa. I'm going to mute you. No offense. No offense. All right. Don't worry. No one can see you. You can cut the fool as much as you want. Let me turn on the lights. How about that? It's probably a good idea. We'll see how this goes. I'm already off to an awesome start, you guys. So we're going to start standing. We're going to do our warm-up with our feet just a little bit wider than the shoulders and the hips. And just start some gentle plie squats. And your real main goal in the plie squat is to have a nice open knee. And you're going to be pressing through that inside of your heel. Exhaling as you come up. Inhale down. Exhale up. If you feel like your knees are getting really you might have to open them up just a little further apart and perhaps modify your squat to not be so deep. We'll be going to kind of a horse pose, if you're familiar with that from yoga, rather than goddess pose, which is way more intense. You might be somewhere in between. Slight tuck of the tailbone, so you've got your transverse abdominis pulled in. Your heart is lifted. And you're starting to get the blood flowing. The hands can be on the hips. They can be out like so. Whatever works for you, just breathe. Don't forget to breathe. It's crazy how we hold our breath, especially when we're doing something new. We're thinking, we're not breathing. So use your belly to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. So in my Pilates, I like to use the Ujjayi breathing that is from yoga for a lot of the stuff. Really just as a way to help me remember to breathe. Good. And we're going to stop down and we're going to lift the heels. Oh yeah. Breathe. And you can pulse, 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 pulse. Now, if your knees are hating this, drop your heels and just keep that little pulse. But if you can, see if you can keep your toes on the floor, your heels slightly raised. Breathe. Good. And straighten the legs. And let's walk those legs in and shake them out. Good job. Good. I'm going to turn on the second light, see if this helps. And we'll see. It just might create a great big shadow behind me. All right. Moving right along. We're stepping those feet back out. Getting into that good wide knee goddess pose or horse, somewhere in between. The arms are coming up into cactus. And I want you to pinch an invisible pencil behind your shoulders. And we're going to dip from side to side. Nice and slow. So you're getting a little side stretch, a little side bend, but you're getting some work done here in your oblique muscles. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last time I wore this on camera, I had a student ask me what this t-shirt is from, and it's from the movie Adventureland with Jesse Eisenberg, I think that's his name, and Kristen Stewart. It's a really good little indie flick. I recommend. Good. Gently coming back. And we're going to do one more on each side. Squeeze it out. And last one. Back to center. We're going to stay in the squat. Get a little deeper. Deep breath in. And exhale. Straighten those legs and walk them in. Good job. All right, we're going to find our high knees on the floor. Let me check my time. Yes, we're rocking and rolling. Let's go. So I say find your hiney like it's an Easter egg. It was waiting for you the whole time. So put your rear end right in the middle of your mat. Y'all can see Annie's water bowl over there. Yes, we're truly in my home. So you're going to find your rear end. We're going to do a gentle roll down. More advanced students are going to bring the legs out straight. Okay, beginners are going to keep their feet on the floor with the knees bent. Either way, you're going to get really nice and long in the spine. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going to round the back and take your way down using the control of the belly to bring you all the way to the floor. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. One vertebra at a time. All the way down. Hands on either side of the hips. We're going to step the feet in and do a Pilates imprint. And that's basically just that slight tuck of your tailbone. And you're just going to press all the air out from behind your spine so there's just no air. And that's the Pilates imprint. And basically, anything you do besides the stretching, this is what's happening. So there's just going to be a subtle bit of work happening the whole time you're in your mat on your back. All right, so let's just go right into the corkscrew. We're going to warm up the lower belly, nice and easy. We're going to take some circles, straight legs. So if it helps you to think about the massage you're getting in your sacrum, think about that. Cutting the circle in halves with your breath, inhaling as the legs go away, exhaling as you pull those legs up and over the belly button. Nice and slow. Inhale away. You want to kind of glue those knees together. Now, if you've got a thigh gap, well, wow. Imagine your thighs are touching. For the rest of us mere mortals, your thighs are touching. And let's reverse, nice and slow. And I've got the Kmart feet today. I was running around in my garden, pulling weeds. The sun came out after a big, crazy rainstorm. And I forgot to rinse my feet off. I am a hobbit. Let's take one more circle. Using that lowest belly muscle, keeping that lower back on the mat. Good job. Let's take a gentle but effective, sounds like a laxative, gentle yet effective. You're going to pull your knees in for a cannonball stretch. And rock and roll through your ankles, big circles. Deep breath in. Re-oxygenating that lowest belly muscle. We're going to do the 100 now. My more advanced students are going to bring their legs up into a a chair pose. I'm getting my furniture mixed up. Into a chair pose. You can do one leg at a time if you want to. Otherwise, keep your feet on the floor. What everyone is going to do is lift that spine off the floor, lift the heart off the floor, use your belly to do it, looking at the ceiling, and pat and pant. Really reaching towards your ankles. And we're trying to not look between the knees. That's super bad for your neck. You want to keep a nice, safe bubble of air between your chin and your heart. And I want you to really feel the pant in your belly button kind of pulsing in, linking and syncing the breath with your movement, isolating those muscles. You can do it. All right, see if you can lift the legs. Just play with it. Maybe not today, Satan. We're more than halfway there. Keep going. Straight arms. It's the only time you do a whole bunch of anything in Pilates. And we've got 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. We're going to relax out. Arms overhead. Let that little bubble of air grow between your spine and the mat. Taking a deep breath in. Flex and point your toes. Roll through your wrists and breathe. Get that beautiful little bridge in the spine. Make a souffle with your tummy as you inhale. And of course, if it's any souffle like I've ever made, let it fall. Good. And we're going to step those feet in, nice and slow. Hands come to either side of the hips on the floor. And now we're just going to move right into the crisscross. So the crisscross is, it's one of those, it's kind of Julia Child's simple but not easy, right? It's simple in that the legs come out one at a time, straight, I always like to do the legs first, kind of get a handle on what's going on there. And you want to make sure that your knees are not popping over your belly, that they're staying over your hip. That's going to make that lowest belly muscle work just that much harder to keep the lower back pressed into the mat. Okay, if you feel like your lower back is really arching, the legs stay in the air. Because that's our first order of business, is that imprint stays imprinted. All right, so this is what's going on with the legs. We're going to bring the fingers behind the head. Get a little lift of the shoulder blades. And then we're going to cross the right shoulder to the left knee. And come back nice and slow. Exhale, left shoulder to the right knee. Like so. Double pant, nice and slow. With control. We're not going to rock, we're not going to roll. It's a smooth move, X-lax. Nice and easy. And you want to make sure, once again, that knee is kind of playing hard to get. It read that book, The Rules. It's like not gonna move 1 inch towards you. You've got to bring that shoulder up to the knee. Do you remember that garbage book? I know Lisa does. So it's really sweet. My best friend is here, taking class with us tonight. Let's see, I am about to be 46. We met when we were 11. I've known her for 35 years. That's insane. Our friendship could be a grandma. Aww. Keep going. And last two. Last one, nice and slow. Good job. We're going to release the feet to the floor. Hands to either side of the hips, and let's release the sternocleidomastoid, that big ropey neck muscle. Dropping the chin to the shoulder. That's the exhale, inhale. Center, looking up, exhale, opposite side. Good, let's do one more on each side. Good. And last one. Oh yeah, relax the neck. Okay, so now what we're going to do is bring those fingers together. This is a flutter kick. And I want you to really pull your shoulder blades off the mat and towards each other, if that makes sense. Pinch that invisible pencil. Relax the shoulders to the floor. We're going to lift the hiney up off the floor in a quasi-bridge and bring the hands, thumbs together, right beneath your sacrum, and then relax the hiney back down. You basically want your thumbs to kind of go across the mid to upper part of your rear end, of your glutes, for a little support. If you need a little more, see if you can bring your finger together like you're making a diamond shape, if that makes sense. So your sacrum is kind of resting in that little hole you've made with your hands. And we're going to lift the legs up nice and long. And let's get a good point and flex on the toes. Point and flex, moving through. You can see why dancers love Pilates, because there's such an emphasis on foot strength and flexibility. All right, so now we're going to drop the drawbridge as low as you can go, and we're going to take flutter kicks. Now I do the quintuple pant. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pant. Inhale. Now, if this is too much on your lower back, keep the legs up in the air and take it there. You're still getting an incredible workout. This sucks. This is hard, but it's good. Breathe. Think about what's going on in your belly. Keep going. Almost there. The toes are pointed and or neutral, whatever works. Good. And last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let the legs relax. Arms come up overhead. Let's take a beautiful surfboard stretch. And let's walk those heels out and away. Deep breath in. Bake the souffle. Let it fall. Good. I'm going to step those heels in. And we're gonna, once again, come into that Pilates style imprint into the floor. We're only gonna do a few more moves from our backs, and then we're gonna flip over to our bellies to actually work, ironically, on our backs. All right, so now we're gonna do the roll over. The rollover is all about, if you're familiar with plow pose, it's kind of a variation of plow from yoga. I'm going to show you what it looks like first. If you're new to it, this is an intermediate move, so just know that if you're really on the struggle bus with it, it's just going to take a little practice, that's all. So you're going to tent your fingers on either side of your hips, straighten and elongate your legs up out of the hips, and you're going to roll the hips over and bend the elbows and grab onto your lower back, kind of around your kidneys, and walk those elbows a little closer to each other. So this is basically a shoulder stand. And I like to do this first before we get into the rollover. Just take a deep breath in, and then release yourself into plow pose. And release the hands to the floor, pulling the chin slightly away from the chest, bubble of air between your neck and the floor. And we're going to practice the roll back down from the rollover, one vertebra at a time, nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. It's all about laying the spine out. Slow, 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 slow. And the legs come all the way down, slow, slow, slow. Can you keep your lower back on the floor? And breathe, inhale. And exhale, hands on either side of the hips. We're going to roll over. Kind of into that plow, and then gently, slow, slow, slow. It is all about that slow release back and down, laying out your spine. Slow, slow, slow with control. And then, of course, this business, letting the legs come down, opening that drawbridge, is all about that belly strength, right? The feet are neutral. Inhale. And exhale, lift. Slow, slow, slow. Bring it down. Bring it down. Inhale as you get here. Exhale as you release. So like the roll up, you're going to be inhaling and exhaling with purpose, right? So you inhale, exhale, roll it over, inhale, exhale, bring it down. Slow, slow, slow. Inhale, exhale, release the legs down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, send it on up, and slow, slow, slow. We're going to do two more with control. See if you can really keep those knees glued together. Nice and slow. That sounds like something from the rules, right? But crass. Inhale. Exhale. This is our last one, so make it count. Take it down slow. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. Don't be afraid to really use your arms to help you. And take it all the way to the floor. Good job. We're going to tent the fingers one more time and roll ourselves back up. And once again, grab onto your haunches. Walk those elbows in. All right. And now we're going to do Pilates scissor. If this is too much, taking it from shoulder stand, you can also modify it with single leg stretch if you're familiar with that. We do it all the time in my class. But the scissor, what I'm doing right now is bad. You want that top leg to kind of stay above the body. It's all about getting this bottom leg, the straight leg out beneath you, far away, and switch. Keeping the toes pointed and the legs get really long. Woo, I got a foot cramp. Beautiful strengthening. It's kind of like you're working on your splits, right? Almost there. Good. And bring the legs together into a beautiful shoulder stand. Dropping those feet, and once again, practicing that roll down part of the rollover. Slow, slow, slow. All the way back. Feet are on the floor and back at our imprint. Good job. There's a theory in yoga that anytime you're doing work from your shoulders in that manner, that you're really giving your thyroid some love. So that's really nourishing for your thyroid if you have thyroid issues. So breathe. Good job. And I'm going to do some wrist rolls. All right. Okay, so now we're going to work on the roll up. We did the roll over. Let's do the roll up. So we're going to stretch those legs out long. Arms come overhead. So the tricky thing about roll up is to make sure that your lower back is in contact with the mat the whole time. And if it feels like it's going to pop up, you're going to keep one knee bent. Okay, that's your modification for that. All right? So in your roll up, feet are flexed and the heels are kind of dug in. We're going to take a deep breath in. I like to bring my fingers together because I feel like if you've ever been water skiing and you get up on your skis for the first time, it's what it's like. So you're holding onto that bar. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the hands out in front and push ourselves up. Sitting up tall. I know my hair looks great. Inhale. Exhale. Reaching forward into that gorgeous forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. So you're moving on your exhales. Taking it down a notch. Nice and slow. And one vertebra at a time. I know you hear teachers say that all the time, but it's so true in Pilates. Exhale. So if you find that you're swinging your arms around a little much, right, to get the momentum to get up, I like to think, especially the first couple of roll-ups, as it's like when you're making pancakes and the first two are not so awesome and the dog gets a treat. That's kind of what the first two look like. And it's kind of like training wheels. Eventually, you won't have to use that swing of the arms. You'll have the belly strength. It's just practice. That's all it is. Exhaling forward, making sure there's plenty of good, healthy space between your ear and your bicep. Nice, beautiful, long arms. Moving on your exhales. Lower back's imprinted. Nice and slow. See if you can really try to reach past your toes, depending on your level of flexibility. All the way back and down. Let's do two more. I know I sound like a maniac when I'm breathing. It's just that ujjayi breath. In yoga class, it's not as weird sounding. Or maybe it is, we're all just used to it. My students are polite. And gently come all the way back. And relax the hands to either side of the hips. Good job, you. All right, last but not least, we're going to do a teaser. So teaser is taken from the yoga. Yoga is way, way, way older than Pilates. It's taken from basically Navasana or boat pose. So if you've ever been in full boat 3, which is this business, right? That's kind of the ta-da part of teaser. So if you struggle with teaser, like I said, it is beginner friendly, but it's really an intermediate move. Practice boat pose. It's the same muscles, same muscle groups, and the better you get at boat pose, the easier teaser is going to be. So we're going to lay back down, and once again, if you need to keep one foot on the floor because that lower back just wants to pop up, it's that lower belly strength that's missing. We're working on it, right? Okay, we're doing the best we can. So if you need to keep the foot on the floor, otherwise it's an extension, long legs, pressing that lower back into the mat, taking a deep breath in, shoulder blades down the back, inhale, and exhale, lift up, and exhale back down, nice and slow. I was in a boot camp type class probably about a year ago. And this dude bro was teaching it. He was really nice, big Samoan guy, but he's the guy with the lats that are so big he can't put his arms all the way down. Do you know what I'm talking about? And he was really sweet. And he goes, all right, guys, we're going to do jackknives. And I was like, oh, shit, what's that? It was a teaser. It was kind of a dude bro version of the teaser. I was like, oh, I can do this. But jackknife just sounded so intense. Extreme. It was just a teaser. Same thing. And just like with the roll up and the roll over, you're exhaling as you move, inhaling when you're still and long. So you can really straighten those legs and point the toes. Let's just do a couple more. Really trying to keep your spine long and not go into that C shape. All right, let's do one more. One more finale. One more for the road. Inhale, exhale. Lifting those legs. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna add a little Russian twist. I'm sure Russian people are like, why? Why'd you name this horse shit after us? Good, and come back, nice and slow. Good job. All right, we're gonna flip over in the pan. Oh, fix your hair, fix your drawers. Go potty if you need to, because this is when your bladder gets a good squish. Trust and believe me with that. All right, we're almost there. We've got about 15 more minutes. You're doing awesome. Even though I can't see you, I know you are. I feel it. So we're going into a tabletop position. And this is one of the few times I don't mind there being a mirror or use your monitor on your computer if you can see yourself. The only reason I care is I want to make sure that my hands are actually below my shoulders and that my knees are actually below my hips for just that maximum stability. We're going to take a cat and cow in between just to stretch out the abs. We just did a lot of really deep ab work. Inhale, look up. Inhale and exhale. Tuck the chin, press the mat away, pull the belly in, point the tail under the floor. Inhale, I want you to push that mat towards your knees. As you look up, stretch your neck. Exhale, press the mat away, get in between those shoulder blades, pull that belly in tight. And last one. And exhale. Good. Coming into a nice flat, stable table. You want to be able to put a nice dry martini back there without spilling. And I want you to extend your left leg, extend your right leg, and we're in full plank. Okay, so from our plank pose today, we're going to do a hip twist or a hip dip. You can take it from your hands, or you can take it from, I'll show you the modifications. The full meal deal is you're going to kind of roll from side to side and take a little dip, a little twist. And this is as much a shoulder and arm exercise as it is a hip exercise, maybe even more so. And you just want to keep that length through the body. You don't want to kind of relax in. You don't want to hunch up into an accidental dog. Now here's your modifications. If this is just too much, thank you. You can always drop the knees and roll. This is when you're really glad you have a thick mat. Roll, roll, or you can take it from your elbows. So you have a little less space to clear with the dip. It's still hard, no doubt. And of course, you can always roll. This is the ultra modification. Still work, man. Wherever you are, we've got 2 more on each side. Dip, 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 and last one, a dip. And we're gonna drop the hips, relax the feet into a Sphinx pose. So mysterious, looking straight ahead. And I really want you to press the mat away so that the heart is lifting and shining right out in front of you. The neck is open and long. The chin is slightly lifted. And if you were to start talking, it would sound like Thurston Howell the Third. Deep breath. Long neck. Press those elbows. And let's release the left cheek to the mat. Just take a deep breath in. And press your belly against the mat so that you're getting a beautiful stretch through your back. You know, your lungs are back there. We think of our lungs as being in the front. Not, they're really back here. So let's stretch out that space for our lungs. Thank God we still have them. Good. And we're pressing back up. All right, so we're gonna, it's almost like you're doing a jump from an airplane. What's that called? Oh, I can't think of the word. Skydiving. So we're just gonna lift the whole shebang. Legs come up, the knees are straight, the feet are relaxed. The arms are up. See if you can kind of tuck your elbows into your back pockets. Breathe. And now we're going to drop the legs and lift. Drop the heart and lift. Drop the legs, lift. Drop the heart and lift. You get the idea. And drop the heart and lift. All right, so now we're going to rock and roll for a seesaw. This is a deeply detox-friendly situation. I want you to drink a lot of water after class. Breathe. Good, and we're going to tap the brake, right cheek to the mat, breathe. Let yourself melt, relax, relax, relax. Hopefully your heartbeat kicked up a couple notches. That's good. Your body's working, that's good. Breathe. Well done. All right, we're going to look straight ahead. I want you to bring your arms overhead. You're flying. And we're going to do the swimmer variation. So the first things first with swimmer, I honestly think the easy part is actually harder. The slower, the harder, right? So those arms are overhead. You've got that shoulder blades are pulled down the back, so you've got that space between your ears and your biceps. The arms are nice and long. You're looking straight at the floor. If you feel a little seasick, look up if your neck will let you. And we're just going to do that lift like we did a moment ago, just a few inches off the floor. It's not very big, but it feels big, right? And I want you to think about bringing your knees off the floor rather than your feet, because if you think of your feet, sometimes this business happens. We don't want that. We want a really straight leg. Really straight leg. If you can point your toes, even better. And we're going to go slow at first. We're crossing literally the hemispheres of your brain. So this is really great for your coordination. We're going to drop the left foot, right hand to the floor, and lift. It doesn't have to touch. It can just be a little dip. But if you want extra, let it touch. Bring it up. See how high you can lift it up. Right foot, left hand. Left foot, right hand. You get the drift. And, of course, the breathing is very simple. Keep going. All right, and we're going to pick up the pace and go fast, fast, fast. I don't recommend anyone swim this way. Actually, you'll drown. But you know what I mean. We're just going to flutter those feet. It's the flutter kick again, but faster and from our bellies. Breathe. Pat and flutter those hands. Elbows are straight. Knees are straight. Breathe. It's the quintuple pant. And come to stillness, lift, and release the left cheek to the mat. Breathe. Oh, Lord. Well done. Breathe. All right, last set. This is all based off locust variation in yoga. Once again, Pilates is cribbing off its older, perhaps wiser sister. But I love Pilates. It's a different approach, but it's fun. Okay, so this would be locust, I believe, 2. Can't remember exactly which one it is. But we're going to sweep the hands. This is really great for bingo arm or flying squirrel, right? Toning up the backs of the arms. I want you to squeeze an invisible beach ball and then press it towards your heels. And we're just going to get used to this situation here. Squeeze and push. Little pulse. So this is really strengthening around the erector spinae, erector. Those muscles that line your spine, those big ropey muscles. Your latissimus muscles in the back. These are your posture muscles along with your belly. Good. And now we're going to lift the legs and breathe. And as you inhale, I want you to kind of feel like you're rocking. Basically, it's your diaphragm muscle doing a little push-up, showing off for the girls. See if you can lift those legs even higher. Straighten those knees, breathe. If it hurts to look ahead, look straight at the floor, but close your eyes. Trust me, you can get irpy. Deep breath in. Squeeze and hold. And release the right cheek to the mat. Let yourself melt down, slow. Breathe. Feel your heartbeat into the floor and feed your heartbeat with a deep, slow breath. Just loading it up with fresh oxygen so that oxygenated blood can get everywhere it needs to go. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands back beneath the shoulders. Elbows are bent. Let's walk those knees in a little closer together so that they're right beneath you. And we're going to roll the shoulders back, press the mat away, and peel the belly off the mat for a beautiful cobra pose. A little bit of a deeper belly stretch. Legs are on the floor. The feet are still relaxed back there. What can happen in cobra is a turtleneck. We don't want that. And we're going to press and draw the shoulders down. Long neck. Deep breath in, looking up. Deep belly breath. Good. And now we're going to draw the sit bones back and press into the best child's pose ever created. Nice and slow. You can release your head to the floor. And let's take a deep shoulder stretch here by pressing the elbows, the forearms, and the hands into the mat. And it's almost like you're dragging the mat towards your knees. Breathe. Let your face get chilly. Let the blood flow into the face. Good. And gently come back up into that tabletop position. Nice and slow. And we're going to come to our sit bones. And we're going to open up nice and wide for saw. So in our saw, we want to make sure that the legs aren't as far as you can possibly go. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're about a 5, maybe 5.5. You're on your sit bones, and you might have to dig around a little to find them. That's okay. So no judgment zone. You're going to fix your bra. You're going to get nice and tall. And you're going to flex your feet. And let's get tall and pinch that invisible pencil. Deep breath in. Arms are out to the sides. And your exhale, turn, twist, reach on your axis. And then reach pinky to pinky, drop your chin, and feel that beautiful stretch all the way down the sides. Inhaling back to center. And exhale, opposite side. So you're really going to try to keep that opposite sit bone planted, working through your hip. Inhaling, build your breath, build the spine. Exhale, back to your business. That back flying hand is just pressing up strong through the pinky, inhaling to the center. Exhale, opposite side. So you're using your tricep muscle again, right? The flying squirrel. See how deep you can get into it. Going at your own pace and really doing your own thing. Breathe, get all the air out, all the air in. Good. And let's do one more on each side. And last one. And back to center. We're going to drop the hands. And our last bit of fun is rolling like a ball. I feel like my light just got way darker. Awesome. All right, so once again, like an Easter egg, you're going to find your hiney right in the center of your mat. You're going to bring the knees together, sitting up nice and tall. And once again, the same muscles you used for boat pose. And you're going to find that point of balance, as my husband indelicately said, behind your crack, right? Right there on your tailbone, right above your tailbone. And we're going to take the hands underneath the knees. You can make a fart sound if you can. Inhale, exhale. And we're just going to roll it out. We're not going to do anything fancy tonight. Just going to roll the spine out. If your lower back can take it. And your best business practice here is that C shape in the spine. And you have to use your belly to make that happen, right? Good. And we'll do seal next time together, and then the open leg rocker, which always sounds like a groupie or something. I don't know. There's some kind of silly names. And last one. Rolling up, and let's cross the legs, sitting up nice and tall. So that's class today. Finding your sit bones. Let's reach up, arms overhead. Exhale, turn, twist, reach. Rolling back those shoulders and take your twist. Do not leave this twist with your face and chin. By all means, look and see what's going on back there. It's usually nothing, just spoiler alert. But you want to really make it about the shoulders rather than the face, if that makes sense. Protect your neck. Hi, Cash. I just saw Lisa's dog. Just made a cameo appearance right up in this camera. I love it. Inhaling back to center. Fill the belly. And exhale, opposite side. Yeah, if I could, I would have my dog in here every time, but she wants to play. She doesn't know that she's not a puppy anymore, you know, and anytime I'm on the floor, she wants to play. I don't know how yoga with Adrian does it. And one more deep breath. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Pull the belly in and gently rolling yourself back to center. Good job, guys. So, like I said, be sure and drink plenty of water. I mean, that just goes, that's true for all times, but especially when you're working so deeply from prone position and moving around all the belly organs so intensely, you just want to flush it out with the water, right? So give yourself that advantage. I hope you guys are keeping yourselves safe and healthy and at home as much as you possibly can. A special thank you to our essential healthcare workers, our folks in the grocery stores. All you guys are awesome. Guys, don't crowd up on the beach. I saw you, California. I saw you on the news acting a straight fool in big parties on the beach. We're not there yet, y'all. Sorry. I love you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, share, like, and subscribe. Bye.